Hello everyone, my name is Cletus and welcome to the Clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into the video, please smash me the like button because guys, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. The last time we saw each other, it was Friday, I think. And because we saw each other last Friday, of course, the algorithm also stopped because it's wondering, where are the videos? I have not posted videos since Friday, and as a result, the algorithm has also folded its arms. So please help the brother, guys, by smashing the like button so that we can trigger it one more time to go and fetch us more honorable members of the clan. Can I ask a question? I'm really confused. And if anybody is in the know about this type of information, since when a South African citizen, remember, we are all equal before the law. That is what the constitution of this country says to all of us. So how is it possible that you can have a whole court process where you can actually get your arrest blocked? Why we don't know about this? That if the police are coming for me for whatever they accuse me of, and I can actually go to a lawyer and say, listen, apparently, I'm about to be arrested for a corruption case of whatever that I've committed. Can you block it? And then a whole court hearing takes place. I thought the police just knocked on your door, put handcuffs, and say, well, you are going to answer to whatever the accusation on you with the judge. But no, apparently you can actually get your arrest blocked through a court process. How come we don't know about this? Okay, maybe I'm the one who's ignorant. But did you know that you can actually block your arrest in this country? And the people who know that they can block their arrest, what's special about y'all? I get South Africa is an animal farm. Some are more equal than others. We see that with politicians and those that are connected to politicians in this country. They are more equal than the rest of us. That is why we are saying things what we are saying. Do you see how your vote is important on the 29th of May? Because we are not equal. We are not equal. But anyways, guys, let's go to the Gauteng High Court at the Senzo Mewa murder trial. And boy, oh boy, today it was nothing short of fire. Fire coming from Ngomezulu, fire that was coming from Ramusipili, fire that came from Ngumalo. Ngumalo came back, guys, and he came back with the brand. Remember the Ngumalo that we knew in the beginning? The one that would look at the judge like this? Almost like to say, we're not straight up. You know that type of look that he had? It was back today. It was back. We have Ngumalo back. And when he came back, he was shooting from the hip. Bang, bang, bang. I was like, yes, Ngumalo, yes, bro. This is the person that we've been waiting for and missed for a very long time. Of course, Advocate Timshololo also shot from the hip because the questions that all of them were asking, except for Advocate Timnisi, who had no questions for Mr. Matlau. Is it Matlau or Matlo? I'm sorry to mispronounce I'm sorry to mispronounce your name. You see, even my tongue is getting tired. But, you know, to be honest with you guys, honestly speaking, let's start from the beginning. So this Mr. Mutlau gets an email from Gininda asking him to pull out a certain application for learners and drivers by accused number 1, I think all the way to accused number 5. And then he comes with, I thought this guy had it all. But as you were listening to him from the time Baloyi was trying to convince the court what the evidence is about, because you can tell that Baloyi himself did not believe that this is relevant to this case. And the more that Mutlong was on the witness box, the more irrelevant he sounded. I remember even in my Friday video, I asked, guys, what's the point of having this individual understand? What is it about? Because Nisi stood up several times and asked for the relevance of this particular witness. But no, Judge Rata was happy to listen to this individual who helped not even one bit the court. He did not help the court in any way. The moment he got on top of that witness box to today, did not help the court in any way. And I find it quite interesting as well that if this witness was that of the defense, The Rata would have asked the defense, what's the relevance of this witness? How is this witness helping the cause of the court to come to a determination as to who killed Senzo Meyiwa? But not because this witness comes from Baloyi, the state, and he says he must conduct himself without fear, favor, or prejudice. And yet, the whole three elements that he's supposed to not be doing, he's doing. But mostly for me, he is favoring the state in every possible opportunity that he gets, including the type of witnesses that are going to come on the stand. Irrelevant witnesses. Yes, the same witness came with two affidavits. We did not hear the second affidavit, what it was about. Maybe we did hear. I don't remember, because that's how irrelevant this guy has been. About traffic department activities that Mr. Muzi and Nduli and Mapisa had participated in, failing and passing and booking and... Oh, what? You know, I kept thinking, oh, okay, as this gentleman goes on with the data that he was reading, he's going to get to the point where he puts all the accused under one roof, in one car, and probably he even has an AVL for that vehicle that they used going to the Komalos, where Senzo Meyiwa was. I was anticipating, I was like this. I was literally biting my nails because I'm thinking he's going to get there. But no, this guy is in July. From July, he's in September. Then from September, he jumps October, and now he's in December and February of the following year. And I'm like, but Senzo Meyiwa was killed in October, late October, 26th of October 2014 to be specific. Where does it say anything about that regarding the people that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa? Why are we being fed about driver's licenses and failings? What's going on? I was asking myself. So at this point, I was busy doing my work while I'm listening, and I'm thinking, this is so irrelevant. I don't even know why I'm listening to this. But anyways, because I said I am committed to you guys, because some of y'all have decided not to bother yourself anymore, but you watch the videos that I do. So here I had to go through it. Mr. Mngomezulu asked very relevant questions regarding Muzi. At one point, Muzi denied being in Johannesburg in 2013-2014. But now you guys already know. Those that have driver's license know this. And I can almost bet my last nail that the majority of drivers in South Africa, we did not, well, except for me, of course, they did not get the license where they permanently reside. And I'll tell you why. Number one, you look at the dates. If the dates are too far apart, you will be like, no, there's no way that now it is March, today's March what? It is March 25th, 2024. And your next date to write and learners is probably around August 25th. That's way too down the line. So in most cases, we want to write these tests as soon as possible. So to get the soon as possible, you look elsewhere. In most cases, people will tell you is go to the rural areas or go to the transitions of the city and the rural areas. This is where you are going to find dates that are closer. Same goes when you go for your driver's license. They will tell you don't go into the big cities, because if you go into the big cities, you are going to come across taxi drivers and all of that stuff. Some roads are too narrow and you are learning. So it's best to go to a small town, let's say Mahikeng or Mahikeng, sorry. You are Mahikeng, or they will say go to Nelspruit or something like that. This is stuff that South Africans do, but no, this witness was like, no, according to the act, that means many people have violated this act. Many people have violated this act. That means that many drivers in this country, they're having driver's license illegally because they did not write and also tested and got their licenses in their permanent residential area. I doubt that him himself, Mr. Mutlong, got his driver's license where he permanently lives. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he does, but I'm just saying that chances are himself may not have a driver's license from his permanent residency. That's all I'm saying. So you could tell that whenever he was asked a difficult question, either by Mr. Mngomezulu or by Mr. Nxumalo or even Ms. Mshololo, he would obfuscate. He will go into, and the question, it was pretty clear. At the time of these people coming for these learners and drivers or whatever the case is, does it show that on the 26th of October 2014, they were in Johannesburg? He can't answer that question. He wants to go into his system. And every time he went into his system, it was quite interesting how much time that was being wasted on a database, not on a live system where you can just literally go in and then pulls up the page that he's looking for. But no, he's going for a backup. That is why he's taking so long to get into the system. And his systems is full of discrepancies, whether the test was written in English or it was written in isiZulu. It was quite interesting, and you guys are going to listen to the clips of, you guys are going to listen to the clips of what transpired in court today, and you tell me, guys, what is the relevance of Mr. Motlong? And the other thing that, before I forget, Mr. Motlong, when he was asked about the content of the email that Gininda sent him, suddenly it is classified. How do you say this is classified when you already told an open court that you got an email from Mr. Gininda and this is the content? You gave us the content. Now, since you've given us a classified information in an open court, you might as well just hand over the email too. What was so difficult in doing that? And I found it quite interesting that Judge Rata did not say, or at least correct him and say, Mr. Motlong, but you already given the content of this particular email to the court. It's on records. But Mr. Nxumalo did not push because Mr. Judge, if he is honest, when he is now compiling a judgment, he should disregard that this email between himself, the witness, and Mr. Gininda was classified. So in a nutshell, basically this witness did not place any of the accused men of killing Senzo Meyiwa in the Khumalo house, let alone in Vosloorus on the 26th of October 2014. That's what it means. There is no need for us to dissect and get into everything. He did not place them. He added on to the evidence that the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa were never there. Now, what are those other stuff that says they were never there? The DNA. It is the eyewitnesses who said that had belonged to one of the intruders. It was taken for testing. And then the testing came back and said, no. And then we had the gold tooth, we had the dreadlocks, we had the tattoo, we had so many things that said these 5 men were never near the Khumalo house on the 26th of October 2014. Those 30%ers that think that these men are guilty, that is why you are 30%er. That's where I'm going to leave it. Anyways, guys, the court was postponed to the 15th of April, 2024. The reason being, if you remember very well, Mr. Mngomezulu was never part of the main trial. He only came in at the trial within a trial, brought in by Mr. Ramusipili to assist with the trial within a trial. Now that he's full-time in the main trial, and he is representing accused number 1, which is Mr. Sibiya, therefore, he needs to go and learn or study everything that transpired from day 1 of the main trial to the point when he came in the trial within a trial. He says that there are 9,000 pages, which Rata tried to dispute, but at the later stage, he was like, oh, okay, if it's from the beginning, then okay, possibly you do have 9,000 pages that he has to go through. However, Mr. Mngomezulu, being the professional that he is, he was like, yeah, by the 15th of April, I am going to be ready to proceed. We learned that the court goes on recess on the 28th of March 2024, which I think is Thursday if it's not Friday, and only reopening on the 15th of April, which is a Monday. And this is when the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial will resume, and we will have, I think, Sergeant McKenna. I know I'm butchering his name, Magam, or somewhere there. We are having that witness, and he's a ballistic expert. Remember, he was stood down because also the defense needed to get their own ballistic examiner or expert. And from what I understood from Ramasipili is that they've consulted with him, but they do not have the finances for his court appearances. I think this is where the clan must come in regarding this particular issue. Many of you guys have been asking me about how can we contribute financially into this matter, but I think most of y'all were focusing more on Mr. Mngomezulu. So if you still want to focus on Mr. Mngomezulu, cool, I have no issue with that. But also for them to get this ballistic of their own examiner or experts, I think maybe we can chip in something and assist on this one, because at the end of the day, we want the real killer of Senzo Meyiwa caught, prosecuted, and held accountable with a nice lengthy sentence for dragging the people of South Africa through this hell that we've been through with this particular judge as well as this MPA. So I think in order for us to get to that truth, probably we also need to, dig into our little pockets, whatever we can afford, and let the money goes towards the ballistic examiner or expert for the defense. I'm not going to be taking care of any money. No money is going to come to me or into my bank account. Please do not make me responsible for that. In fact, what we will try to do is get one of the defense lawyers or all of them that they create something that we can put this money into. That's the little contribution that the clan can offer to the defense. And I know that the clan will not. If you want to super thank my channel, instead of super thanking my channel, take that money and channel it towards that particular activity. Because at the end of the day, the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa, which they are not the killers of Senzo Meyiwa. Yes, some of them may have committed heinous crimes that are currently serving. We heard about Mr. Mapisa, that he's been in jail, Boksburg jail, since 2014 to date. So he's committed some crimes and he's serving sentences for that. That is none of our business. Our business as the clan is the Senzo Meyiwa murder, to get the justice it deserves. And in order to get the justice that they deserve, we cannot have one-sided experts that is telling what we believe is lies about a bullet head that we, the clan, believe was planted. So we need to get this independent ballistic examiner so that they can tell us the real truth about this particular ballistic evidence that was found at the murder scene of Senzo Meyiwa. So once this information has been put together, then I will definitely, guys, let you know. I will leave the details in the description box. Some of them I'm going to stick them on the screen for you to utilize so that we get this moving. So now going back to Rata's courtroom. So yeah, today was a total waste of time. As a matter of fact, this entire witness was a total waste of court's time. And Rata had no problem with that, which is very sad if you think about it. They could have had a valid, logical witness on the stand since Friday to now. But we've had somebody that came and did what? A papa, in other words. You know, you got a call, an email from Gininda, papa, and you come to court and then you tell us all this nonsense that feeds nothing to the murder trial of Senzo Meyiwa. It helped with nothing. Whether these 5 accused were in Johannesburg or not, tell us when after they were done with the test, where did they go to? Were they in Vosloorus? Were they in the hostel? Or from there, they just hopped on the taxi and went back home? Like I said, many drivers in this country, they would write their learners elsewhere so that it will be quicker. And then they don't stay there. They don't stay there after writing that test. they come back home. So whether they were in Johannesburg, because I would assume that being in Johannesburg means you stayed in Johannesburg throughout the course of 2013, 2014, probably even to date. Not when you come for one day for a certain purpose and then you go back. That's not you staying in Johannesburg. So he did not prove anything. Whether about Muzi Sibiya or Mapisa or number 5 or number 3 or number 2, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Total waste of court time. Other than that, guys, here are some clips of what took place in court today. Make your own judgment. Ask yourself, what was the point? Anyways, that's exactly what you would ask yourself. Like, what's the point of this witness, Mr. Motlhong? Why can't he answer the questions related to the death of Senzo Meyiwa or the killing of Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October 2014? Other than that, guys, let's see each other in my next video.